Hi, dear viewers. Today I will share with you how to sharpen a knife. It doesn't sound like a very difficult subject. However, if you have, I personally don't like the tools that you buy, like a grinding stone that has two wheels sharpening it. For certain type of blades like this, it actually sharpen it, but you use a few times, it gets dull because of the angle of the that is designed. And if you really like to keep your knife sharp, and I thought maybe I'll just do a quick video sharing how I do it. Maybe for some people, this is not very advanced or anything. It's just to share for common people who don't really don't know how to sharpen knives. But this is sort of a basic technique. And first of all, it's a good idea to have your knife wet and your stone wet, because after you sharpen it you want the residue to come off. The easy thing is to it's not easy to say switch hands and sharpen it on the other side, right? So you can keep it on one hand, the right hand, and just push through like this. So I'm just going to do a quick version. The hard part is this curve, because as you go through this curve, the angle of the blade changes. So it will take some practice. So just run it through a few times like this. On the stone, there's two sides. This is smooth, the finer side of the stone. This is the rougher side of the stone. I like to use the finer side, unless your blade is really bad and dull. And to do this curve here, you would have to try to mimic the angle that you had done with the longer side. As I mentioned, this, as the curvature changes, the angle changes. So just run it through like that. Do it slowly. I like the stone because the stone is flat. And I guess the important tip is on how to do this backside if you're right-handed. The tip is use a thumb, put it underneath, and that will give you a guiding angle. So like this, thumb under the blade, hold it like that. And with that, this thumb helps you with the angle of the blade that's contacting the stone, right? Slowly, you just run it through like that. And some of the tools that you buy for sharpening knife, it's set at 30-degree angle. But I prefer it at more of a lay down angle. This would probably be about 20 to 25. This way I can always get a very sharp blade like this. And again, now that you're dealing with this other side, the hard part is getting this blade when it curves around to be nice and consistent. So again, put your thumb underneath as a guide toward the angle and sort of slide it around. And of course, your thumb between the length here and here is different, so the angle changes, right? So just use the thumb as sort of a guide, and you can kind of generally feel where that blade angle is. So this is how you can make a knife quite sharp and keeping it sharp without buying expensive knife sharpeners. And sometimes these sharpeners don't even work that great. And this is the easiest way I can think of, or the the most basic way to sharpen a knife. like this. And if you're not used to it, just take it slow. Most important thing is as it go through this transition, because it's curved, you want it to maintain the same angle so that it'll cut quick, fast. And you don't have to go like really fast. You just do it slowly. Make sure that your blade is contacting the stone evenly and run it through. So notice I'm going to change the angle like this, slide it like this, slide it like this. I'm always using the thumb underneath to help with this backside. You can slide the thumb this way or push it in this way, so it'll change the pitch of your blade. And if you just go through it slowly, you can get it pretty good. It might take a little bit of practice, but I'd say after 3-4 times of doing this, like sharpening your knife 3-4 times, you'll get it. And then you can flip it around. It's hard to see on the camera, but you can see this line, the edge that reflects the light, whether that is smooth or not, if it's aligned or not. And if it's not, then you just go back and slowly and work it. So the point is, until you get really muscle memoried at this, just run it through slowly, because then if you made a mistake, it won't be too hard to correct. So now I'm running it through sort of the final passes, running it through like this way, this direction, instead of sliding it like this now. So it's almost kind of like cross hatching, right? And this way we can line the blade more even or perpendicularly to, let's say, the angle that you would prefer to the stone. Okay, and make sure you wash the stone and the blade off. You want to wash the stone off because you don't want the metal to deposit in here. Then it becomes too smooth for you to sharpen. So let's do a test. Here's the onion. So I can slice it quite thin. So I like it razor blade sharp. And so that's sort of the basics or the easy way to keep your knife sharp. Thank you.